I am confused.
Hey, Vashi. How's it going this morning? I'm just waiting. Oops. Hey, sorry, I'm coming straight from Kaizen, so I'm just opening it. Welcome to your performance. Let me get you in let me make sure you're in attendance on the thing. All right, yes. And I'm gonna start our live stream here. Should be functioning. Um, Let me just double check here. Um, all right, I think we should be going on the live stream. So you're the only person on the program this morning. Are you all set up with your original sound for your piece?
I don't have an option for original sound.
Okay, what are you on an iPad
Yeah.
or a okay.
Wait, I didn't choose the other thing, but can you still hear me? Can you hear me?
Sounds like can you play a little bit more? Let me see if it'll cut it off. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll see. It sounds like it's gonna work, so we'll see if that works. Okay. So tell me a little about can you tell us the name of you're playing? And then I'll share your music so it'll show on the video and then we'll get started, okay?
I am playing Sleeping Beauty Waltz.
Okay.
Sorry, can you restart?
Oh yeah, sure, it was fine. You can. All right. Nice work, Bush. All right, that was well done. So tell me, what do you feel like went well in your performance today?
Uh, like, most of the time, I played my half notes and whole notes and uh, dotted half notes extremely long. I mean, extremely short.
Yeah, well, so it did sound I it sounded like you had a good sense of the pulse. So you held if I'm getting this right, what you're meaning is that you held your long notes long enough, right? For instance, where are we at? Right. So um what I was hearing is that you heard, right? So within, or when I say within, I mean during this dotted half note, right? You're gonna hear like you can see in the music here, right? We've got 1, 2, 3 quarter note pulses happening. And then same here, right? You could hear, even though you're just holding notes, right? In your imagination, think there's 3 quarter
Yeah.
notes happening, right? I think you had a good sense of that quarter note pulse that's beneath even the held out notes. So that's a great way to make sure that you're holding these long enough, is to inside each of those dotted half notes feel one, two, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So kind of imagine that there's three quarter note pulses happening during each of those, right? That's a good way to kind of keep yourself holding those notes and keep yourself in time. So yeah, that did sound good. I could hear that you were keeping track of that and playing everything, all of the note values that are longer, playing those for a long enough time. Yeah, that was great. What was something as you learned this piece, what was something that was really kind of tricky about it? Or was there anything tricky? I don't know. Oh, you're muted.
Oh yeah, so like at two parts of it, like in the 11th measure, I'm
Uh-huh.
I'm supposed to play it with the third finger, but this time I'm playing it with the second.
Oh, in the 11th. Well, okay. So that seems like they've got a second finger in there.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it was something like that.
Oh yeah, and then you kind of come back to using the third finger on the E flat. I see. Yeah.
Okay,
Uh,
but there's
so
also one more part which is similar.
okay, where is that? On the
Go
second.
down on the second page.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So again, I'm supposed to play that part with the third finger on the left hand.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that part.
Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, so kind of the idea that you're kind of like scrunching your hand a little bit close together so you can get the keys that are right next to each other. Yeah. So I mean, I thought, again, it sounded like you navigated that well, so I guess you practiced that a lot. And I know that, so reading wise, this is a little tricky because you've got B flat and B natural kind of coming in at different times, and then same like you just mentioned, right? E flat and E natural coming in at different times. Yeah, right. That's a little challenging, especially when you've got to play them right near each other. Um, yeah. So overall, this was sounding great. Can we try one thing? So when we think about the melody, so like let's start at the beginning of the piece. Which hand has the melody that you're supposed to pay attention to? The right hand or the left hand?
This time the right at the very beginning, it is the
Yes.
right hand.
So the melody is,
Yeah, but then the melody what?
well, so
What?
what would you say is the melody?
The part where you can hum.
Yes. So think about it this way, right? So at the end, notice we've got at the end of this phrase here in measure 7 and 8, right? Which hand has the melody? It's the C and the right. The C is kind of what we're listening to, and then the left hand.
Left hand, yeah, exactly. But like at the very beginning, I feel like it's the right hand with the melody.
Hmm. Okay, so the little staccato notes, think of those as kind of background. So in the end, yeah, at the end of the phrase, your right hand has, like the D, da, 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 and then we have this come in. So at the beginning, I think so the melody is the left hand.
Yeah.
And then we kind of share it with the right hand. So, mostly your hand sharing the melody. Every now and then, when you've got the little staccato notes that come in while you're holding another note,
Yeah,
the held out note is the melody, and the staccato is kind of a little background.
Oh, so,
right?
yeah, okay, so yeah, I know it's staccato. Oh, but I thought that it would be still left hand because why is right hand just playing C? Yeah,
Well, so
why?
let's track this. Let's track this out, right? So in the beginning, we've got the melody starts on the B flat here. Bum, 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 and then we have the right hand help because it's over those different notes. Bum, 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 bum. And because we ended up on this C, your hands are kind of sharing the melody to make it a little bit easier to reach all the notes.
Yeah.
But then we have this accompaniment part come in. Right. So we're holding out a note because this is kind of a stopping point in the melody before we go on. And then we have more melody here. Bum, bum, bum,
Um,
bum, 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 bum. Right. And then we're in the right hand for a while. Right. So the takeaway here, right, is which part do you want to be louder? And it kind of tells you this in the music.
oh, actually, my piano cannot make sounds louder or softer.
Okay. So I mean, we can even just think about it as you play. It doesn't have to actually come out if the piano is not going to do dynamics. But right, so in this very beginning two measures, which part do you want to be louder? Probably, if you could make it louder.
Can I play the first two measures again to see? Low power mode.
Mhm.
Probably the left hand.
Yeah, so we want the big dotted half notes. Make sure those are a little stronger because that's the beginning of the melody. So if you could control the dynamics.
I know, like when I press
Mhm.
my thing, my flat, my what do you call that? B flat part as hard, it sounds like this. And when I press it at soft, it sounds like this.
Oh no, I know. So if you're sometimes your keyboard doesn't register, certain keyboards register dynamics and certain ones don't. I just want you to think about it. So think about the kind of touch you're going to get. So imagine that you are really nice coming down on that B flat, really nice and solid. For the staccato notes, work on bump, bump. Get your finger 2 and 4 really set over the D and the F in your right hand. And just work on let your right hand kind of dip down for the staccato notes. Can you try those first couple measures?
Okay, the first four. I mean, no, first two.
Yeah, sure.
No, I'll try the first four. Okay.
Okay. Good. Yeah. So the second thing though, even though you don't have dynamic control on your particular keyboard, one thing that will help is make sure you're holding the B flat, and you're doing this. Make sure you're holding the B flat out in your left hand, and make sure those are really you're leaving. So staccato really just means leave space between these notes.
Yes, staccato just means like this.
Well, so it's not so much about coming in sharp. It's just about um
Yeah.
you want to leave a big gap in the sound
Okay.
after. Does that make sense? So instead of holding out those notes, the full quarter note, so instead of you want do you hear what I'm
Oh
I guess
yeah, I never learned about that. I have to make a space in the staccato, so it should be something like this.
yeah, better. Yeah, and you can even so one way you might sometimes you see this instead of writing a staccato dot, sometimes people would write just an eighth note, then an eighth rest. So the rest is actually right asking you to lift your hand up before you
How
hold it.
much is an eighth note?
So an eighth note are like there's two eighth notes during a quarter note. Right. So if we were to have all eighth notes in this measure, it would this is how the eighth notes would work. So dun 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 dun.
Wait. So staccato is basically an eighth note.
So I mean, you could also think of it that way. That we're just holding. In other words, you would just hold these right hand chords a little bit and then rest.
Okay.
That's kind of what staccato means. Is you're leaving a rest with no sound in between the notes. So instead of that's kind of confusing way to write it too, right? With the rests, that makes it look really complicated. So that's why, we can write it with the dots just to mean instead of holding it for the whole quarter note, just touch it and then lift off to leave a gap. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So that can be, right, staccato can be a tool for making certain parts seem a little bit lighter and letting the sound of the melody come through that. All right. So nice job. Yeah, nice work, Vashi. So just, think about that as you work forward in your next pieces too, okay? Because I'm sure you'll see that sort of thing again. All right, really nicely done. Thanks, Vashi. I'll see you next time you play, okay?
Okay.
Good Monday.
Ah, wait,
Bye.
what do you mean on Monday?